So, yesterday was a bad day. A very bad day. But life goes on. Still got jobs to do. Gonna feed these, go in the house, finish editing yesterday's video so you can see what happened, or a lot of what happened. And then at the end I'll go through and explain the consequences of yesterday's results to the farm, the business, the animals, plans, all that sort of stuff. So if you want to bear with me and stay to the end, or skip to the end if you don't want to watch people playing with cows, I'll try and explain how TB is going to affect us this year and the decisions we make. Oh, right, okay, I've got to feed some cattle. Go crack on. Actually, while we're here, these have been the issue, our steers. So now, anybody who keeps, let's get the wind, anybody who keeps cattle and understands the shape of cattle, especially the older breeds, will appreciate that these, for Dexters, are good looking cattle. I mean, they finished really well. But we kept these cattle at our other farm last summer, that farm being in the middle of a fairly heavy dairy area, with one of our neighbours had issues, shall we say, with TB. And I'm not blaming him, I'm not blaming any of the neighbours, but because there was more TB in that area, I think that's where these guys have picked it up. So, and as always, disease, infection or whatever else, if it's going to take some of your herd, it's not going to take the rubbish, it's going to take the good stuff. So 5 of these, they're inconclusive, so it's not confirmed TB, but it's far enough at the scale to make me nervous enough to say to Alpha, probably on Monday I'll ring him up and say come and take him away, because if there's any chance of disease in the herd, I want it gone. It's got to be gone. So we'll think that's harsh, but to me, small herd of pedigree Dexter cattle, my duty to the rest of the herd is to keep everything as clean as possible. These are all finished animals, they're all ready to go in slaughter anyway, and the chances are all 5 are going to still end up in the supermarket, because the only way this will be condemned is once it's on the hook. If the veterinaries in the abattoir find lesions and they're badly infected, they'll be scrapped, incinerated. But if it's like the last lot of datefuls that we sent off, they all actually came back clear. The test that is used is not 100% foolproof. So there is a reasonable chance that the 5 animals that I'm going to send off and take a hit financially on, perfectly okay. But just do I want to take that risk? Well, no, I don't. So right then, you lot need some food. Let's get it sorted. Hang on to this now, because I'll get dragged across the yard. Windy. Well, you know, boys. We named him Thomas because of his white feet. It reminded me of Tom the cat off Tom and Jerry. But to the naked eye, he looks perfectly healthy. It's the TB test. Indecisive. So, but you can probably tell I'm a bit upset.
It's coming, alright? Patience. How on earth did you manage to get that in there?
Load of happy bums there. Load of happy bums there. I'll take them half an hour then to there. Luckily they got long tongues. That's it, back in the office. Play with editing. While I'm here, a very short rant, okay? Can I just remind some of you that the Farmer P channel, the channel that I produce, is me. That's who I am, what I do, how I do stuff and everything else. And we don't produce this channel for children. So when folks message me telling me that they're reporting me to YouTube for uploading content that's unsuitable for children, well, I already know that, because when I upload videos, I have to click a box before I could upload it that says, is this content suitable for children? Yes or no? And I am default set to no. Okay, so it's agriculture, it's farming. There is dangerous things that happen on farms. There is occasionally blood and gore. There's feces and sex and on top of all that, humour. Okay, so if my adult humour is not suitable for your children to watch, don't let them watch it. I'm not making it for them. Okay, I'm making it for people 15, 16-year-old minimum age. Okay, people who can understand kind of what's going on here. This isn't made for kids. All right, so don't go telling me that you're reporting me to YouTube for making content that's unsuitable for kids. They don't need to know. I already know. Everybody else pretty much who watches this channel knows this isn't produced for kids. Don't whinge to me. Parental control is your responsibility, not mine. If you're unsure, if your kids want to watch us, that's fine. But why don't you watch it first? Decide if it's suitable. If it is, carry on. If there's some humour in there, there's a bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit close to the knuckle or whatever else, and you think it's not suitable for them, don't let them watch it. Okay, rant over. I'll get on with it now. crappy, wet, horrible day. TB test reading today. Joy. At least we've got a job in the dry. Which one's that? That'll do. No, you can use either of them. That's the newer of the two, so the other one is quite old. So, yeah. Okie. Don't forget to wipe your dipstick. Right, see you in a bit. Pushing the machine against the gate like that just gives 2.5 ton for the cattle to push against, rather than just a flimsy 15-foot field gate. That's a field gate, not a yard gate. So I know they're only Dexters, but if you've got enough pressure on there, they'll bend the gate. Right then, just wait for the vet to come now. Just glad to have this over and done with. Of course, you know, the second I take this off, that's going to turn up. What's worse than getting a tight overall off? A wet tight overall. Come on, Hannah. She got a DA to do, so she's late. Go on! I haven't got a water. As long as we've got a few. That'll do. Right. You just got to remember who's. How many have we got left out here?
2, 3?
Not many. Oh, well, this is just a quick rub over, isn't it? So, I hope.
148. And obviously let me know if I am looking on the right side.
Yeah. 148 is the left side. Typical.
Typical.
Right, so I'm just going to say +2, +3, whatever. So obviously add on. So what was it? So +3 top. And then 6.
And then 6 underneath?
Yeah. Okay. So if I say +3 top, +3 bottom, whatever. Head up. That's sweet. Come on, my love.
Oh, look, stop that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if I don't write numbers down, we'll go with them being clear.
Tick though. Need to tick them.
So you know it's done.
Go over 2 boxes.
No. What I'd probably do is tick at the side to say that we've done it by the number. Tick that one as well, and then only add a number in if I say that there's
Lovely,
a problem. If I say
fine.
it's fine, just put a tick and we'll move on.
No problem.
Are you going to come back?
Because everyone does it slightly differently.
Yeah.
3, I reckon. 3 mils each.
3 mil each.
Yeah. Thing is, when you've got to make the race and the crush big enough for the bigger ones, and you can fit 2 of the little ones in there.
I mean, if I can get your head in, I will, and use the yoke. If you're going to stab it.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to if I'm going to stab them, because they're just going to move around like that. So this is one that I've done, isn't it?
152 is done, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Try and get rid of 152?
Yeah, let's try and get rid of him.
Otherwise we're going to have
Do you want to chain that again, Dad?
No, I reckon they'll go straight forward. Be honest. Other one's facing the wrong other way, so open the. Listen, I'll leave him there because while he's looking at it, he might calm Tyrone down.
Yes, you were going to do that.
You're going to go straight under that gate, aren't you?
Oh.
Okay.
Lovely. Right. Now we're going to get out.
Yeah, you got it backwards, hasn't he?
Yeah, but is everyone going to come sit and skate that?
Or wrestle him. Rude. I missed it. Did you say something rude?
Maybe.
That's not like you, Abs. To say something rude? Is it enough to make Hannah blush?
No. Just look at me like, oh, you poor child.
More like poor dad having to put up with you. I reckon. You done with this one?
Yeah. Good to go.
Hang on.
Wait for it. Yeah. Good to go?
No, God damn it.
Yeah, I mean as in not.
Oh, as in.
As in, I haven't got to kill it
No.
yet.
That's all I think the left's done.
Where are you, little boy?
That's all the left's done.
Yeah. I think there was only 3 anyway. Yeah, there's only 3.
Okay. Go away. Come on.
Quick, Dad.
So we'll sort.
All steers next.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Dad, tea or coffee? Yes, please.
We'll have the steers next. We've got to put those calves back in the top.
That's why I'm going through here.
I'm just going to push these gates through so they can come through. One at a time.
Well, there was one behind me then, it was you.
What are you trying to say?
You sit over, you sound like a cow.
It's not very nice, is it? I'll go and get Mathew to come down.
Why?
So he can take over for me in a couple of minutes for half an hour. Well, it's now or I got to wait another 5 weeks.
Wait, I'm 5 weeks, we're blind. It's not like you're going to die.
What's this for?
Got my hair cut.
You're leaving this to go and have your hair cut.
Yeah, I got to look gorgeous for my fans.
Have you seen your hair right now?
Exactly, it needs doing, isn't it? So.
No, I think you'll survive.
No, my the girl who does my hair, she's off to Jamaica for 5 weeks. So if I don't get it done now, I've got to go somewhere else, and they charge me more. You see.
Right. Well, you can just deal with it for 5 weeks.
Mathew is more than capable of coming. Just replacing me for another bloke.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
He's got guidance. He's worked for Cal. He's been at Army College for 12 months. Didn't learn anything, but he went to Army College for. This will be a good experience for him. Inconclusive.
Yeah. Should have worn less layers.
What?
I'm so hot. You one as well.
He's got 2 little pumps. Of course, where did these come from?
Yeah, Dad, that's them. Well, that's one lump.
Yeah.
That's another lump. Just gonna get her charger and double check it. Thing is, though, if it's an IR, you can just get it gone.
But depends on whether he gets shut down if we do or not. So.
Technically, if you're an IR, you have to have another test done in 60 days.
Yeah.
And if he's an IR twice, he becomes a reactor. If he's an IR, then he's clear. I'm not sure what the situation is for that.
Yeah.
What is it? IR and then IR is a reactor. And what is it? IR and then clear.
What's that, sorry?
If you get an IR,
Yeah.
then you retest it again in 60 days, and it's an IR again, does that automatically become reactor?
Yeah.
But IR to clear,
Is fine, you're then free, but the animal now remains an IR for life. So it can't
Well, that's always us.
it can't go anywhere else.
It would
into the
literally-
meat production
Yeah.
though? Oh, that's fine, that's what it's meant to be. So it becomes an IR for life.
We've got one IR and he's gone next week for meat. Then he's no longer here.
So,
I had the camera on
Right,
too.
give me that.
4-1, down the bottom, third one up. Do you really want to go now? Is your haircut
Is
that
it going to
important?
make any difference whether I'm stood here or not if it's in the IR or yeah?
It's not going to make any difference, but would you prefer to be here? It is. Well, I'm more thinking of Abby as well. Would you prefer him to stay? Yeah, free
Well,
now.
no, I just think that in theory, if it was all clear, it wouldn't matter, but I think you should be here to know. That's more my point of I think you should be here to know. But
It's not going to make any difference whether I'm here or not. I'm going to know within half an hour.
it's
So
up to you.
I'm going to go half an hour.
Right,
What-
bugger off then.
Back again.
Bugger off then, make
Go on
it
then.
snippy.
Literally.
Go. Right. You're happy with him? We're not jabbing these ones, are we, Dad? Right. I would rather you be honest and say this is what it is. Whoa.
Okay.
Right, come on, big. No more. 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3, yep. Right, that gate's closed, that gate's open, that's all closed. Yeah, if you want to just go, even if you just stand through the door. Is everybody out? Yeah, the haircut didn't improve anything, Dad. The haircut didn't improve anything.
So, what do our test results mean for the farm for this year? Well, it means I have to make some decisions and some choices. The TB test, I won't go to mad detail about it, is not a perfect test. We all know that. And the results can be not terribly accurate. But it's the one we're using, the one we have, and that's the rules we have to go by. So the 5 cattle that have tested as maybe they've got TB, I think are going to have to go. I spoke to one or two of the farmers and they're saying, oh, you could hang on to them and they might come clear. Well, they might. But if I bear in mind the bigger picture of the weather, the availability of food and fodder for the year, for all the animals, what I'm going to feed those 5 cattle for the next 60 days could be a case of do or die for having enough feed for next year. That might sound daft or over dramatic, but it might. I think feed for livestock this year is going to be short. I think barley is going to be short, wheat's already desperately short, straw is going to be kind of non-existent. So I have to look at the bigger picture. Financially, that's going to hit us. So each one of those Dexter steers are worth over £2,000 a piece in the boxes before expenses. If I'm lucky, I get a third of that off of the government compensation scheme. But if I get rid of everything that's got any question mark of infection over it, ideally, or I should, in 60 days, have a clear test. And then all my movement restrictions are lifted and everything else. If I keep those steers for 60 days and they test inconclusive again or positive, I'm shut down for another 60 days, which means I can't move cattle again. Well, 120 days of the cattle here, I can do it, but it just means that the actual it will affect the entire business of the farm. So it's the lesser of two evils. Take the hit, lose some money, but at least I can plan. So no, this was a very, very unwelcome result. Poor old Hannah, the vet, felt terrible telling us, but it's not her fault. She's just doing her job. So yeah, so going forward, I'll be ringing the ministry next week and asking them about possible collection and what compensation is available, bearing in mind that steers are not registered pedigree, because I don't register the steers because they're going for meat. What's the point? And because they're not registered pedigree, they're not valued as much. So yeah, this could prove expensive. So it's like I could go rip up a cheque for £7,000 or £8,000 and be just as worse off. Anyway, doom and gloom aside, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned some stuff from it. TB in the West Country of the UK is a big problem. The government have made inroads now to dealing with it. Some of those inroads not all of you agree with, but although we've kind of potentially gone down, the area around here, the instance of actual bovine TB has, as I understand from many of you, dropped well below 50% of what it was a couple of years ago. You know, they've actually made some inroads and to get rid of it. I've just been unlucky this time. So hopefully next year it'll get better, and the year after it'll get better and get better once we've got this thing under control. So because by 2035, I think the government have promised to have us TB free. Good luck with that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, like I said, I hope you learned something. Any comments, put them below. If you don't think this video is suitable for kids, don't let them watch it. And other than that, that's pretty much it really. I'm off out tonight with my daughter, Abby. We're going to Farmer Friends to try some pasties. Looking forward to that. So, all right, till the next time. Cheers, folks.